Okay, so what's the most important thing to you? You might say, it's your family, or you got something in mind that's the most important thing. But when it comes to your stress and your anxiety, PTSD and all that, and you're trying to have the best outlook on life and be the best person you can be, you got to realize the most important thing to you is just what you're thinking about in the moment. You can probably recall a time that you were driving along and everything was good, and all of a sudden somebody honked at you, or they started tailgating you, or flipped you off, and all of a sudden you became mad, and you're thinking about that, and the more you think about it, the madder you get, and you might elevate yourself very quickly and jump out of the car and find yourself confronting them verbally, physically. And so what is the most important thing then? I mean, it's not what you say is the most important thing, because now if that most important thing was important to you, you wouldn't have just got out and risked your life. You also can think of a time that you were really happy, the best night of your life, or an awesome Christmas that you had, and you were just living in the moment, and then life was just amazing, because that was the most important thing to you, because that's what you were thinking about. So when you're all stressed out and you're thinking that, man, I just can't handle this anymore, it's just too stressful, your blood pressure's high and your pulse is high, you got to realize you're the one in control of that. You're the one in control of that. You're the one that's thinking about that stuff, and you're the one that's letting the negative part of those instances drive you to, now that becomes the most important thing to you in the moment. It's no longer the most important thing of the happiness. Now it's the most important thing to you is the stress. So think about what you would do in those instances if you were to make that moment a moment to think about, reflect on an awesome moment in your life, and you focus on that for a minute. Or you looked at the good that was in a bad situation. All of a sudden that becomes the most important thing to you. All of a sudden that becomes the most important thing to you. And it changes your whole perspective. And the more you live in a perspective of happiness and a positive outlook, the more you grow away from the negative outlook, and you establish a whole new habit. So live in the moment, and when that moment is negative, find the positive in it and focus on that. So that becomes the most important thing to you. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.